Checking in. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. You got me? Showing levels on the screen. Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
ACHA hockey on a Friday night here at Denver University Magnus Arena, the location for the Denver Pioneers versus the New Mexico Lobos. Women's club hockey here in Denver for the first time in program history. That's because it is the first time that the New Mexico Lobos have had an ACHA team. These two sides will match up. It's a team in Denver that has played more games than New Mexico. Again, a really young team. This is their probation season. Denver is 1-9 though. Got their first win their last time out over Wyoming. New Mexico 1-3 overall, but in ACHA games, they are 0-2, losing twice to Utah. They played the Mustangs, which is a local team in New Mexico, a couple of times to secure their first victory. So these two sides are lining up right now. We'll have starting lineups for you as they go out, as well as the national anthem before hockey here at Magnus Arena. Hockey time in Colorado. It's the Mile High City for the Denver Pioneers and the New Mexico University Lobos. I'm Zach Goodman, excited to bring you this action on Price Productions here at Magnus Arena at the University of Denver. It's the 1-9 Pioneers against the 1-3 Lobos. Again, the Lobos 0-2 against an ACHA team. That was the Utah Utes, an 11-1 and 10-0 loss. That was the first 2 games in their program's history. They then went on to get their first win in program history over a local team, the Mustangs, 7-2 over them. They ended up losing the finale of that doubleheader 6-4. I say doubleheader. It was on 2 different days, but that's what came out. But they were 1-3 on the season. Compared to the Pioneers, the home squad, who are 1-9, just picked up their first win of the year, their last time out, splitting a series with the Wyoming Cowboys last Saturday, securing their first win. They're 1-0, undefeated here in the month of November. Starting lineups: Hannah Bourbon, Lily Moravchik, as well as Lauren Bish, the forwards out there for the Pioneers. Alicia Sharoon, Gabby Mansour, the defenseman. On the flip side, Kiki Lincoln-Walter is paired up with Abigail Hinckley, Briella Kaji, Tori Hedges, and Sophia Luna out there for the Lobos. And we are underway. Sharoon sends this off of a stick. It's grabbed by Kiki Lincoln-Walter. This pass eludes the stick of a few different Pioneers, and it goes behind the goaltender, who today is Leah Schaefer. Sarah Olivas in net for the Lobos. This is kicked out in front, has some speed going to the zone. That's Lily Moravchik. Long wrist shot. It's patted aside to the far side half wall. Number 19, that's Brielle Akaji. She scored the only goal in ACHA play so far in New Mexico Lobos history when she scored in the opener against the Utes. Sharoon went in to help her teammate and sends it across the boards. It works its way all the way around, set up the half wall, but not out of the zone. Anna Sherling has the stick on the puck, trying to keep it in. Lincoln-Walter, great feed up for Akaji, but she gets a stick on it. Has to get off the ice as both teams are going to get changes. Wheeling around, here's Picala. She had a magnificent game in that 3-2 win for the Pioneers last time out. She walks right into the high slot, shoots, and scores! Caroline Pekala wasting no time. A mere 79 seconds into this one, it's 1-0 Pioneers. Take a replay. Look at the replay here. Caroline Pekala all the way from her own zone, coast to coast. Cuts right into the high slot, goes underneath the glove of the goaltender Olivas, and the Pioneers lead 1-0 early. Pekala was the best player for the Pioneers in their 3-2 overtime victory against the Cowboys last Saturday. She gets the scoring started today. It's going to be an unassisted goal for her. And for Pekala, the second goal of the season for her. It's her second point as well. She had a goal last time out against the Cowboys, so make it back-to-back games. Alicia Sharoon appears to have just iced this puck. They'll skate down after it. They're going to wave off icing. I'm not sure how that got waved off there, but it was Reese Olson putting some pressure on the puck. That's Maya Hollister losing the puck and eventually finding a great pass through the neutral zone off the stick of Brianna Taylor. Here's a shot that misses wide from Taylor. All the way back to the D. Taylor's pass misses wide, and it's turned over. And it's Reese Olson with the puck. She walks into the high slot, loses it. It kicks out back out to Olson. Excuse me. That was actually Samantha Brennan who walked it in. This is up to the line, just barely staying in. As Pekala battling for it, Mansour is going to chase after it. Right on the puck, a centering pass, and it's kicked away. Okaji was looking for some action out in front. Lincoln-Walter, that puck is trickling through the paint, and eventually a Pioneer is able to get to it. Wheeling around, playing it off the wall is Luna. Sophia Luna loses it behind the Pioneer net, and it's picked up by Brennan and worked out of the zone. Mansour has that kick off of her stick, and it's up and off the linesman. This is right in the middle of the neutral zone, right in the feet of Kyla O'Leary. She couldn't find it. Good stick lift, and then eventually loses the puck again. Reese Olson at the end of her shift collects in the neutral zone, tries to work around the defenseman Giunta. Giunta hard on the puck. Hollister, and then it's Hedges Who sends it deep and then gets off the ice. How about this? Alex Chisdet, she's got great speed right through the neutral zone. Across the blue line, shoots, and it's deflected wide off the stick of Langdon Walter. Stolen away. Gabby Hardy, good pass, Hannah Bourbon, chance, and more of Chit buries it. Great shift from DU. They lead 2-0 early. As we take a look here, here's Hannah Bourbon. Her shot gets kicked towards the far wall, but in the perfect position was Lily Moravchik. She had the entire net and buries the rebound. Lily Moravchik with the second goal of the game. Hannah Bourbon collects an assist for Moravchik. Her first goal of the season. And the Pioneers are skating faster and looking as good as they have all season long. That last time out, getting the win in overtime, Charlotte Katz scoring it. Maybe the jolt this team needed. Pekala dancing around near the blue line. Opposite just roll it across the boards. It's turned over. Here is Lauren Bush. She couldn't find the puck. It was available for her in the slot. Pekala retreats into her own zone. Transitioning. Works around behind the own net of the Lobos. Still with the puck on her stick. She is just walking everywhere she shoots at a blocker. Save made by all of us. Hollister trying to work it up and out. Excuse me, that's not Hollister. That is Servila. 20 and 22. Katz sends it off the skates of Asa. Now wheeling around Gabby Hardy. Gives to Chisdek, the D-man fires it on net. Long rebound, and it kicks into the near side corner. Here's Anna Sherling, great low to high pass, and Brennan couldn't get it on net. It was deflected away before it could get there. Akaji defends the puck, and fanning on it behind the net is the defender. Right in front, feeding the slot was Pekala, and nobody was home, rather Lauren Bush. Here's Chisdek, had that pushed off her stick by Akagi. Charlotte Katz took a puck up high there and then gets off the ice, sent in deep by Langdon Walter. 2-0 Pioneers. They've led in just 2 games this year. The Wyoming game that they won earlier, and then this one now. Darting into the zone, it's Swyjek. She shoots, and a glove save. Olivis might have had that going wide, but she snares it out of the way, air anyways. It was Reese Olson and Swyjek in. And Megan tried to go short side, but it was gloved down. Gabby Mansour off the face-off win for the Pioneers. Kyla O'Leary back up to Mansour. She charges right in. Beneath the dot now. Backhanded attempt to get it out by Langdon Walter is going to work momentarily. Swyjek steps up at the line and sends it deep. Kyla O'Leary trying to pinch off the boards. Again, Langdon Walter working it up, but not out. On the stick of Swyjek, and then corralled over to Luna. Swyjek again. Here's a slap shot bomb, and it's tipped on the way home. Alicia Sharoon got a lot on that, but it got deflected. Off the stick of Tori Hedges in the corner, Langdon Walter. Off Luna, and a 2-on-1 developing on the stick of Tori Hedges. She's there with Junta. Hedges across. Junta couldn't get the shot off and then sends it off the side of the net. Great pass across the crease. But Junta couldn't get the shot off. Here's a shot on net and a save made by Leah Schaefer. That was the first good shot of the game on net. Sophia Luna for New Mexico. Reese Olson has that glance off her stick. And it's collected. Speeding up, Adeline Asa. Gives off. Luna pinching in the neutral zone. And it kicks away, and Pekala will chase it down. She has been skating around everywhere. Her puck possession has been elite across the last couple of games, really driving play and settling things down for the Pioneers. She has certainly been their best player. The opening goal in today's game went her way. Chisdek tries to funnel it out Phillips was there to cut it off. Chisdek again. Goes right around Hollister and blows by Kaji as well and fires it on net from the high slot, and save made by all of us. She caught that right in the paw on the logo in the middle of their jerseys. Interesting colors for New Mexico. O-zone draw for the Pioneers. It's won by the Lobos. Sent all the way around to Kaji, who's had a long shift. Still staying out there. Not a huge roster for the Lobos, so we'll see a lot of girls getting a ton of ice time in this one. Gabby Hardy hits the ice. It's on the stick of Pekala. She's spinning around at the blue line, backhands it, and allows Hardy to give chase. She squeezes off the puck as two bodies hit the ice. Charlotte Katz was there. Pekala is going to collect on the far side half wall and chop it deep again. Collected. This time it's Hedges. She works it back as Servia tries to backhand it out of the zone. Reese Olson stepping up into the play. She tried to cut towards the front of the net and had it intercepted. Langen Walton not out of the zone. Stepped right up at the line. Alex Chisdek keeps the pressure on. Both teams are getting at least a couple of players off the ice. Fresh on for New Mexico is Kaji drove into the zone. It was Sophie Luna. That's a great stretch pass, and here comes Petula. The Pioneers have numbers. Petula drop past the Swyjack. Nobody home. Broken up by the Lobos. It's center ice, and Moravchik was back, or Mansour was back, excuse me. Here's Reese Olson across the red line. She makes a juke move. Deeks back. She's gone through multiple defenders. Tons of sticks in the way and eventually has it poked away. Kyla O'Leary goes 1-on-2. She walks in from the right circle, fires it right to the chest of all of us. This is as fast and as efficient as the Pioneers have played all year long. They have made some great passes. They've showed off some speed, really created space for themselves, and have a multitude of good scoring chances. Lauren Bush, Gabby Mansour, deep shot, didn't get there. Backhanded try. Moravchik denied with the pad. She collects her own rebound. Sends it in front. Lauren Bush couldn't get a stick on it. It was lifted by the defender. Mansour at the line, able to keep it in. Lobos try to clear. Here's a shot deflected away. Hannah Bourbon had it bounce over her stick. Good block by Luna. That's off the stick of Hollister, but not out. This puck has been in the zone for forever, and eventually it finally clears itself. Great moves by Brennan. Samantha Brennan going through everybody. Loose puck, still free. Hollister couldn't find it. Bourbon tried to go across the ice to Brennan, then takes a shot on her own, and it trickles wide behind the net. Forecheck still on for the Pioneers, trying to catch a couple of Lobos in a change. Here's a shot by Katz, blockered away. Tried to go underneath the far side blocker, just inside the post. It was dialed, but turned away by all of us. Centering pass, and Bush couldn't get a stick on it. It went between the legs of Hinckley as she hits the ice. Here is Chisdek, and her shot deflects wide. That was Sharoon, excuse me. Pressure has been on. Sherling trying to jostle it forward. Gabby Hardy sends it on net, and another save by all of us. Shirley gives to Sharoon, wheels it around. Charlotte Katz on her horse, trying to get there. First to the puck is Anna Sherling. She sends it deep again. Hinckley threw it off the ref, and that behooves the Pioneers. Sherling slides around to the high slot, didn't get much on that shot. Chisdek couldn't cut it off at the blue line. She'll retreat back into the neutral zone. Surveys for options. Fans on the puck will say she was faking the pass. It ended up working out, but Sherling wasn't expecting it, and it deflects back to Chisdek. Great move up on the wall, now cuts through the neutral zone. Had the puck taken away from her, right back to Swyjack. Drop pass, and it's fired wide. Reese Olson retrieves. She's going to keep the puck on her stick, walking right in. Reese Olson shoots, and it's deflected high above the net and off the back glass. Swyjet's got it, centering pass into the feet of the defender. That was Langenwalter who broke it up, and the Lobos are able to clear. The Pioneers have tilted the ice this entire first period outside of a couple of chances for the Lobos. Sharoon finds the stick of Olsen. Good passing to Leary, but she couldn't come away with the puck. Hedges across the right wing into the Pioneer zone, and a penalty is going to get called against DU. That is going to be a holding call against Alicia Sharoon, and we'll have our first power play of the game. 7 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the first period. It is 2-0, Pioneers 13-2 in shots so far. One of the four defensemen for the Pioneers, Alicia Sharoon, takes the penalty. First power play of the game for either side. Brennan trying to clear, a long shot goes wide. First power play unit out there for New Mexico. This is retrieved by Brianna Taylor. Stretch pass up. Hollister's walking down the slot. As Junto was trying to find her, here's a pass that was headed towards Langenwalter's stick that was broken up by the Pioneers. Pekola out on the ice, has that kicked away from her, charging into the zone. Here's Phillips. Phillips puts it in between the legs of Moravchik. She eventually gets there and is able to get enough on it to clear the zone. And the Lobos have to tag up. Still looking to establish some zone time on this power play. Phillips being wrestled by Bourbon, and it's going to be offsides as Hollister tried to stay on and ended up falling over, attempting to do that. And both teams would get changes. Tori Hedges, Sophia Luna out there. You also have Adeline Asa, Sarah Servia for the Lobos. They win the neutral zone draw right after the icing. Into Servia, has it taken away. Lauren Bush, one-on-one. And she's going to shoot it on net. A really routine save as Adeline Asa was there to put pressure on her, and all of us collects her 12th of the game. Cycled by Hedges onto the stick of Akaji. Akaji behind her own net. Stalls. Lauren Bush was going around to attack her, so she goes the other way. Works up the ice, 3-on-3, still on the power play, 20 more seconds on it. Akaji protecting the puck, throws on the brakes behind the net, stick battling right now with Chizdek centering pass. And good disciplined defense by Mansour. She was right in the perfect position to break it up, and that is just about going to do it on this power play. It ticks away, and it is over. So 0 for 1 are the Lobos. 5 minutes, 12 seconds remaining in the first period as Alicia Sharoon darts off the ice to get Gabby Hardy on. This works into the far side corner. 23 on 23, working on that one. Katie Giunta as well as Gabby Mansour. And this puck eludes everybody, and it's going to go all the way back into the Lobos zone. That's not going to be icing as it was off the stick of one of New Mexico's players. This is sent around, and it's out of the reach, and this might be icing. No, they're going to wave it off. That was out of the reach of Hollister. Pekola, backhanded pass. Brennan works it up. Right onto the stick of a charging Pioneer. Here's a pass. It's Shirley. Chips it wide. She was walking right down the slot. Gabby Hardy with a great pass to her. She was speeding ahead. Here's Brianna Taylor, had it poked away. Here's Hollister walking in. Left dot, shoots off the chest of Schaefer, and she'll cover up. Third shot of the game. 2 of the 3 have come on the rush for the Lobos. They have not been able to convert yet. 14-3 in shots, 2-0 the score. Caroline Pekola starting the scoring early. 79 seconds in. And it was Lily Moravchik tallying her first of the year to make it 2-0. Here's a shot and a save from Olivis. Keeping the puck on her stick, the wraparound try. Langdon Walter trying to do it herself. She wheels around again. She's had the puck on her stick forever in her own zone, and then it's kicked away. Hollister couldn't handle it. Here comes Reese Olson, as she had a 2-on-1, but a great back check by Hinckley. Breaks it up. Olson watched it, shoots off the iron, and then in! Off the post, off the back of Olivis, and in a 3-goal period for the Pioneers. Reese Olson has her first goal of the season. As we take a look at it here, she gathers it just above the circles, walks in above the dot, shoots it off the near side post. It bounces back off the skate of Olivis, and then into the net. It's 3-0 Pioneers on Reese Olson's first of the year. She hit the post against Wyoming last weekend, but tallies her first goal a moment ago. 3-0. Charging right in, shot save made. Good speed through the neutral zone, exploding there from Brianna Taylor, the 5'5" forward out of Teos, New Mexico. There's a few different places that women are from on both of these teams. It's not just local to where their schools are. There's players from all around the country. Hannah Bourbon going around everybody, walking in. Hannah Bourbon shoots at a save. Olivis covers up. Hannah Bourbon went 1-on-2, weaved through the defense, but could not bury that shot. Olivis up to the task. Hannah Bourbon has been perhaps the best scorer, only player, well, now Caroline Petula as well, but only player coming into this game with multiple goals on the season for the Pioneers. She showed off her goal-scoring ability there. Shot not covered up, loose puck in front, pad save, still loose, and it's swiped at and sent wide by Swijek. Another opportunity for the Pioneers. This one thwarted away. Reamed up the boards. Petula there to retrieve. Gets it down to her captain, Swijek. She fends off the board, paddling for the puck in the corner. Lauren Bush there to help out. Actually, that is Lauren Bush. Thought it was an 8 for a moment. Petula walking the line, shoots, and it hits off a skate and wide. That was off of Phillips. Swijek comes away with it, goes low to high. Fielded by Chisdet. She rips one, and it's blocked away. Now onto the stick of Petula, behind the net, surveying her options, feeds it in front, and it goes off of the pad of Olivis. Hannah Bourbon works up to Chisdet. She's looking for a shot. Centering pass, it's Katz, still loose. Katz fishing for it, still loose in front, and finally Brianna Taylor gets it out of trouble. Junta pushes it out of the zone. Under 2 minutes remaining here in the first period. 3-0 Pioneers. They have been on the attack nonstop. Chisdet walking around Phillips, centering pass. Katz can't hit it. Fanned on by Sherlin. She was wide open in the slot, but the puck bounced on her. Taken away, Gabby Hardy. Right back into the zone, Gabby Hardy. Circles it around for Charlotte Katz. Phillips takes it away from Katz. Hardy centering pass off Sherlin's skate. Mansour shoots, and it's blocked away. Didn't get to the net. And now a shot from Gabby Hardy, glove down again, as it's just a scramble right now for the Lobos to keep the puck out of the net. And they also need a change. Speeding right onto the ice, nearly taking that away was Langdon Walter. A centering pass, Hardy hits the ice, no penalty called. And a save from Olivis on Brennan. Mansour picks up the puck. She goes behind the net, wheels around, backhanded try, and a save from Olivis. Tries again and floats it over Olivis. That looked like it had a chance for that far side corner under the bar. Moravchik keeps it alive, sending it deep. The Pioneers are able to get changes while continuing the pressure in the O-zone. That gets by Mansour, though, and a step. Here she comes, Langdon Walter with speed. She shoots and misses wide. Tried to go far side after cutting across the right wing. She caused that turnover and made her own break there. Caught the Pioneers napping at their own blue line. This is taken off the stick of Langdon Walter. The defenseman for the Lobos, who has been the best offensive threat so far, she jumped into the play. Here's a shot from O'Leary, and it's blocked away. Moravchik tried to center it, got locked up in the skates, and that will end the period. 3 goals for the Pioneers, their best period of the season. They racked up 20 shots on the Lobos. They lead 3-0. Goals from Carolyn Petula, Lily Moravchik, and Reese Olson in the period. 3-0 Pioneers after 1. You're watching Price Productions. We'll be back after the intermission. Teams are going to get changes. Wheeling around, here's Picala. She had a magnificent game in that 3-2 win for the Pioneers last time out. She walks right into the high slot, shoots, and scores! Teams are going to get changes. Wheeling around, here's Picala. She had a magnificent game in that 3-2 win. Teams are going to get changes. of lane. She had a 2 on. Welcome back. Second period of action here at Magnus Arena. It's the Denver Pioneers and the New Mexico Lobos. 3-0 Pioneers after one. We're going to take a look at those highlights as we take a look at the 3 goals. First one, Carolyn Pekala unassisted. She goes coast to coast, scoring her second goal of the season. Walks by everybody and beat all of us underneath the glove for the opening goal of the game. After that, it was Lily Moravchik making it 2-0. She was able to score off the wide open rebound right there. That was 2 goals in the first 4 minutes for the Pioneers, and then it was late in the period when Reese Olson scored her first goal of the season. This was some good passing by the Pioneers. Eventually ends on Olson. She shoots. It goes off the post, off the back skate of all of us, and then into the net. Olson, with her first goal of the season, makes it 3-0. The Pioneers outshot the Lobos 20-6 in that first period. I'm Zach Goodman, and you're listening to Price Productions. As we are just about getting ready to kick off the second period here, both teams meeting at their benches. 20-6 though in shots. It was by far the Pioneers' best period of the season, and this is still a really young, new Lobos team. They've played just 2 ACHA games before this, 4 games in total in their program's history. And the Pioneers are defending home ice, looking to go on a winning streak after dropping their first 9 games of the season. Pioneers going right to left here in the second period. Long changes for both sides. Gabby Mansour collects off the opening draw. Some fresh ice out there. Alicia Sharoon. Good pass up to Moravchik, who has that stick batted out of her hands. Really good stick check there by Brielle Akaji, who scored the only ACHA goal so far in the opening game of the program's history against the Utah Utes a few weeks back. Brianna Taylor, really nice pass there. Finds the stick of Akaji, and she gives it away. Lauren Bush, one-on-one, has her stick lifted from behind. Akaji was able to come back, and now she's going to draw a penalty. Lauren Bush collided and ended up checking Akaji. That's going to be the second penalty of the game. Both of them have gone against the Pioneers. They killed off a penalty in the first period. Now Lauren Bush is going to go away for a 2-minute minor. 44 seconds into the second period. And the Lobos will try to get back into this one with the power play tally. Leah Schaefer and Sarah Olivas, the goalies in this one. Schaefer 6 for 6 in save opportunities. Charlotte Katz taking the draw. She's out there against Kylie Phillips. Phillips will win the draw. It's back to Servia. She shoots, it gets through, and a pad save from Schaefer, and Leah will cover up. Good face-off win, and Servia was not shy about shooting. Immediately sent it on net. We'll have the same face-off matchup here. Charlotte Katz and Kylie Phillips. As there's something that's holding up the game. Not exactly sure what it is, but seems to be resolved now. Puck is dropped. No time has come off the power play clock as they forgot to start it, and it was such a quick whistle after that as the Pioneers clear it all the way down the ice. Gabby Hardy aggressive on the forecheck there as this squeaks by everybody, but fortunately for the Pioneers, Caroline Pekala is there to retrieve it. And she almost gives that away. It deflects off the skates of the Lobos onto the stick of Gabby Hardy. Here is Charlotte Katz into the zone. From the dot, she shoots, and it's deflected into the corner. Lobos trying to counter. Giunta has that knocked away back to Phillips. Turned over. Chizdek is able to funnel it deep. Servia able to get it around Chizdek there. Now turned over. Chizdek shoots, and it's into the skates of Phillips. Cycling it deep is Pekala. Half of the power play already over. That early opportunity, but since then, the Pioneers have hemmed the Lobos into their own zone while they're on the power play. Phillips into the zone, has that poked into the corner. Caroline Pekala takes it away. She wheels up, looking to build momentum the other way, transitioning through the neutral zone. She's across the Lobo line. 1-on-3. She's at the top of the circle. She shoots over the glove of Olivis. She almost worked around everybody. She's on the penalty kill. She danced around the entire defense and ripped off that laser beam of a shot. She has really come into her own the last couple of games, driving this team. 16 seconds left on the power play, one that has seen the Pioneers have the best chance across this special unit time. Here's an opportunity, though, opening up. Here's the shot, and it goes high. Good opportunity for Langenwalter. Shot it over the net, though. Got a lot on that wrist shot, the captain for the Lobos. And that is it for the power play as Bush speeds over to the bench. Intercepted. Brennan takes it in. Leaves it for Moravchik. Instead, it's on the stick. A resultant backhanded try over the net. Kyla O'Leary gives off to Brennan, and it nicks off her stick and out of the zone. Couldn't corral it. Mansour trying to immediately up the pressure right again. Moravchik was waiting for the pass that didn't get to her from Kyla O'Leary. O'Leary behind the net, funnels it back. It's Reese Olson. Retrieved off the wall. Gabby Mansour has it deflected away. Backhanded try. O'Leary's there to cut it off. Moravchik, it's in her skates, in the circle, excuse me. Is able to give it to Brennan. Brennan finds O'Leary. O'Leary sends it up to Brennan, but she was getting off the ice, and Sharoon couldn't get there, so that's a big change for the Lobos. They needed it badly, and in the second period, it's a long way to get the change. Trying to catch them in it. The Pioneers, O'Leary fumbled with it for a moment, able to find Moravchik, walking in, sends it in front, tipped wide of the net. O'Leary did get a piece of it, just not enough to redirect it onto the net. Really nice look from Moravchik to find her in the slot. Given away, here's a chance, and it's in front, loose. And it's blocked by the Pioneers. Picked up Servia. Here's a long shot, deflected wide. Wide open in front, and it's deflected away. That was Luna who had the shot on the short side, but missed. Reamed it off the net. This is rammed forward. Olsen just missed O'Leary, but it's off the skate of Servia and right to O'Leary, who has really had a nice game in this one. She's created a lot of space. Pass up to Sharoon. Sharoon shoots, and it's right into the feet of Luna. Charlotte Katz works it across. Nobody there. It was intended for Bourbon. Bourbon has it in the neutral zone. She's in. Hannah Bourbon shoots, and it's saved, gloved down by Olivas. Her second save of the period, just across the 5-minute mark. 14:47 remaining in the second period. 3-0 Pioneers. The Lobos 0 for 2 on the power play. Pioneers haven't had one yet. O-zone draw won by the Pioneers. Sharoon rips it, and it goes into the stick. Easily defended away by Akaji, and here's a 2-on-1. Speeding forward, it's Hedges. She shoots, and it's deflected wide. Good stick by Chisdek on defense there. 1-on-2, broke it up. Hannah Bourbon clears the zone. Sent right back in, but onto the stick of Alex Chisdek, who rips it deep. Lauren Bush got a stick to it. Now it's on the stick of Tori Hedges. Brianna Taylor passes it forward just out of the reach of Langenwalter. Giving chase after now. Akaji gets a stick on Chisdek. She's able to spin around, protect the puck. Great pass, leaving it for Moravchik. Moravchik speeding in. She's got Lauren Bush in the slot. Couldn't get it to her. Lauren Bush retrieves, just muscles it towards the front of the net. She shoots. Bad angled shot. Another try, still loose in front, and eventually sent out of the zone. Good pressure from the Pioneers, just getting pucks on net, getting them into dangerous locations. And that's how they've been successful so far in this one. Moravchik sends it in and gets off the ice Fresh on is Sherling. Gives off Swijek. Moves it in front. Gabby Hardy not there though. Sherling works it up high and fanning on it. Caroline Pekola. Having to get off the ice really quickly there is Langdon Walter. A long shift for her. Pekola collects this. Long pass across 2 lines. Jumps over the stick of Reese Olson. Sherling on the forecheck. Brennan intercepts. Strong on the wall. She walks right in. Samantha Brennan shoots it. And it's saved by Olivis. Deflected it up and over the net. Here's a chance if the pass can get through. And a good defensive play by Pekola. Knew exactly where they wanted to go with that puck. His Junta for a while was walking in free. Reese Olson in some trouble. On the stick of Pekola, couldn't find it. Pioneers getting a couple of fresh bodies right off the bench. Kyla O'Leary, she has the puck in with Reese Olson, she shoots off the crossbar and then goes high and wide. That was an extremely unique angle that it deflected off of. Olson, puck still on her stick, has Mansour, goes right by her, backhanded into the center, and it's kicked up the slot. Now with 3-on-2 developing the other way. Here she comes, speeding right in. It's Hedges. She got a backhanded one-arm swing on it, but not enough to score. Chizdek. There's Swijek, excuse me. On to the left wing. Underneath the goal line. Wheels around. Gets it up to her D-man, Mansour. Mansour is fended off. Hollister giving pressure. Reese Olson comes away with it. Sharoon wanted the one-timer. A backhanded pass in the middle is intercepted, and Phillips coming 3-on-2 the other way. Here is a chance for the Lobos. Not able to get there was Akaji. Akaji has it on her stick. Turnaround shot and a save, and now a goal! It's Kylie Phillips scoring the second ACHA goal of the season and in the history for the New Mexico Lobos. What a terrific goal here. Really leading the charge was Briella Kaji here. She works it around, goes to the backhand, muscles her way in front, turnaround shot, got it off again, and then passed it across. What a great feed to a wide open Kylie Phillips, who just had to push it home. And it's 3-1. So a really nice goal for the Lobos, who have played much better in this second period as they look to come back in this one after the 3-0 first period from the Pioneers. In the Lobos zone, not out yet. And now it's out. Chizdek has it near center ice. She's dancing around a bunch of sticks. Now she takes off a torpedo into the zone, shoots, and a save made. Pinning the arms together. Olivas robs Chizdek, who was on her horse. She was able to fish out that puck going back towards her own net. Spun around while dangling through a couple of sticks. Then just exploded with a ton of speed into the ozone. Got a great shot off. Right now, there's only 4 Lobos out on the ice, so they got to send somebody else out there. It'll be Adeline Asa. Face-off one by Moravchik. Quick shot! And it goes off the side of the net. He tries to clear. Didn't get it out. Now it's picked up by Lauren Bush. Chizdek in a stick battle, and it comes away. A 2-on-1. Tori Hedges the other way. She is getting back-checked by a couple of different Pioneers. Alex Chizdek eventually taking it away, blowing up a 2-on-1 opportunity. What a great back-check. Now it is Langdon Walter who has that shot go wide, and Pekola calms things down. Spinning around, skates it through a couple of forechecking forwards, and now it's a 3-on-3. Pekola on the right wing, cuts in through. Now she's behind the net. Surveying her options, gives to Swijek, the captain. Spins around, gives to Chizdek. She rips a shot. It didn't get through, blocked away. Now it's on the stick of Swijek. Trying to find some help. Hannah Bourbon A short side shot covered by Olivis. She was looking for the rebound there as Brennan was charging in front. Really nice shot block on that shift by Adeline Asa, and she goes to the bench hurting a little bit. Most importantly, she didn't let the puck through, though. Took away a scoring opportunity. Swycheck wins the draw. Brennan tries to get it deep and didn't get to the net. Off of the shins of Servia and away. Akaji pushed up against the boards. There's 9 minutes and 28 seconds remaining in this period. 29-11 in shots favored for the Pioneers. Good poke by Kyla O'Leary to explode into the zone. Good dangle, she cuts to the front, where it's finally knocked away from her by Brianna Taylor. Luna couldn't pressure Mansour. Her shot floats into the glove of Olivis. And even 30 shots on net now for the Pios. (3-1), 9:07 remaining in the second period. Only goal so far in this 20-minute interval. It belongs to Kylie Phillips of the Lobos. Puck escapes the zone, and here comes Langen Walter. She's on the rush, and her backhanded pass jumps over the stick of Giunta. Giunta able to work it around Gabby Hardy, but after it's poked away by Brennan, it gets to Hardy. Katz has that work away from her, and she's just going to jam this against the boards. As she tries an angled pass, jumping into the play. Mansour couldn't cut it off, and then Brennan jumped in as well. Would have been a breakaway had she not gotten to it. And now trying to get numbers. Oh boy, as wide open was Junta to go on a breakaway, but Langdon Walter didn't see her and just sent it up the ice. Now she comes away with the puck, squeezing it up against the boards. She's in behind the Pioneer net, where the puck is taken away by Lily Moravchik. Moravchik speeds ahead, looking for the pass. It bounces off the stick of Sherling, and then back into the Pioneer zone. Walking in, Junta slides it wide into the corner. Sherling. Moravchik was looking for the break, and now it's on the stick of Bourbon. Moravchik goes into the zone 1-on-2. It's off the skates of Asa and out of the zone. Bourbon collects near the red line. Finds Brennan. Her pass deflects off the stick of Lauren Bush and stays in the neutral zone. Bush gets it deep. Nakaji wheels behind her own net and fans on the puck. Right there is Brennan to put the pressure on. Hannah Bourbon fending off to control the puck and send it on net. It was patted away from underneath the goal line. Sharoon will race after it and get the icing call. 7:17 remaining. And the Lobos had nearly gotten off the ice, but some tired legs reluctantly go right back over the boards and into their own zone. The draw is going to happen on the far side as everybody skates over there now. It's going to be Hedges and Swycheck on the draw. Swycheck wins it right to herself. Sharoon with the puck, and it didn't get on net. It was blocked away by Akaji, who was pressuring her up on the wing. Swycheck centering pass. O'Leary backhander. Didn't get to the net. Now this is off the crossbar and a loose puck in front. Swycheck O'Leary nearly converting. Backhanded try, easy save, comes out to her. Leary sends it on net, and it's deflected wide. Good save, Swycheck. Gives to Sharoon, great pass in front. Redirected, but into the skates of Hinckley. Now trying to counter the other way. Walking right in, the shot is gonna go wide. Hedges had a ton of pressure around her, didn't get a lot on it. Now O'Leary steaming ahead, a 2-on-2, jumping into the play. Chisdeck making a 3-on-2. O'Leary shoots, and it gets off a stick and over the net. Good defense to deflect that high Now walking in, Reese Olson all alone, and she picks her corner. Her second goal of the game. 4-1 Pioneers. Reese Olson held her breath, picked out her target. It was a small one, but she didn't miss. Not a lot of space up above the shoulder to get it underneath the bar, but she was able to just pick the perfect spot. It went in and out of the net so fast that she didn't know if it went in before there was confirmation. Olson has her second of the game. The Pioneers get that goal back. They lead 4-1 with 6 minutes remaining here in the second period. Trying to keep the pressure on. Brennan comes away. She shoots above the net. She had the corner open to her as well. She had much more of an open net than Olson did. She just had a perfect shot. Caroline Pekala is incredible right now. Walks underneath the circle and shoots. A save from all of us. Here is a breakaway. Watch out. In alone. The shot and closing the door with the pads is Schaefer. Langdon Walter was prancing in alone. Tried to go 5-hole but couldn't convert. Best save of the day so far for Schaefer. Keeps it at 4-1. Those breakaway or really just odd man rush opportunities are there for the Lobos if they can get their legs underneath them. The Pioneers have been extremely aggressive in the O-zone, that when the puck comes loose, oftentimes there's an opportunity for numbers going the other way for the Lobos. And Servia has this on the net as Sharoon tried to collect it, ended up deflecting off of Schaefer's pads. Nearly a goofy goal there. Mansour couldn't get it out. Great cut play to jump in and keep it in by Hinckley. Abigail Hinckley putting pressure on Sharoon. Now it's collected by Hedges, shovels it in front, and it just barely squeaks out of the zone, and Gabby Hardy punches it forward. She's got it all in alone. Hannah Bourbon waiting in the slot, and it didn't go on her stick. And Sharoon cuts it off, keeps it in deep. Moravchik collects. That was Lauren Bush, not Gabby Hardy, excuse me. Hannah Bourbon walking right in. She shoots, and it's deflected wide. Didn't get to the net. Sharoon pinching in. Gets it to Moravchik. Moravchik works it up high. Sharoon. O'Leary fresh onto the ice. Sharoon shot. Doesn't get home. A slap shot that goes off a skate. Mansour wheels around. A pass through the slot. Didn't find anybody's stick. And now a 2-on-1 developing the other way. Luna is in. She's going to shoot, and it goes wide. Sticked away by Schaefer. Don't believe it was on the net. Bourbon transitioning. 1-on-2. Cuts to the center. Goes back left. Shoots, and it's a blocker save, or excuse me, a pad save by Olivas. Swijek with the puck at the point. Wheeling around to the right wing. Shoots and misses to the near side. Olson couldn't come up with it. Knocked away on a stick. Swijek to Chizdek. She shoots wide. It bangs off the boards. Pekala activating into the corner. Has it stripped. And that pass from Brianna Taylor just eluded the stick of Akaji. As Chizdek able to get it to Swijek. 3-on-2 developing for the Pioneers. Maybe even a 4-on-2. Swijek drops off to Chizdek. She shoots. And it's still in front. Loose shot scored. Kyla O'Leary. Odd man rush for the Pioneers. A couple of good passes. A shot gets blocked, but eventually the loose puck is buried by Kyla O'Leary. Chizdek tried to shoot it. It got deflected. What a pass from Reese Olson. It's been her night. An assist after scoring a pair of goals. And she set up O'Leary, put it right on a tee for her. She just had to tap it in. It's 5-1 Pioneers. A three-point night for Reese Olson. She's been marvelous. Centering pass in the high slot, jumped over the stick of Hollister, that would have been a chance. Gabby Hardy works it deep. And goal for Kyla O'Leary, her first of the season. Second point on the season. As the Pioneers look to keep the pressure on, Reese Olson had played 10 games this year and not had a single point as Pekla gets a good shot off from the slot. She did ring one off the iron a couple of games ago, but today, 3 points, including 2 goals. She has been a driving factor in this 5-1 Pioneer lead. 2 minutes, 22 seconds remaining in the second period. (39-13). The Pioneers have outshot the Lobos 3-1 in this one. Bourbon 1-on-2, fishing for that puck, eventually getting some help from Lauren Bush, centering pass, Moravchik, and sliding across the trees to make the save is Olivas. The Pioneers across the last couple of games, we've really seen them be able to work their offense and really start to skate and show off their skill, and they have looked outstanding in this one. Moravchik works it around. Lauren Bush collects underneath the goal line. Her backhanded passing attempt went off the back of the net. This puck got moved towards the slot before it was intercepted by Akaji. Hannah Bourbon takes it away. She's walking around. Has it poked away from her at the point. Puck still on her stick. She's walking in, shoot, short side, blocker save, ripped that one. Centering pass, Mansour. And it didn't get to the net. She was in the slot, lost her stick. Hannah Bourbon is able to collect. Bourbon keeping the pressure on. Moravchik on the far wing. She shoots, and it just gets blockered away. As all of us couldn't find that puck for a moment after the shot, Mansour centers it as Bush has it go off her stick in the slot. That was a good look. Watch out, 2-on-1, speeding ahead in is Hedges. Hedges alone shoots and has it deflected up into the boards. Moravchik will get it 2-on-2. She sent it up to Lauren Bush, who's been out there for a long time, and she doesn't have it in her anymore to go on a rush. She can't get off though. Charging right at it, a little 2-on-1 shot. Rebound into the center. But Brennan takes it away. The Pioneers will get a change. Brennan walking right in though, made some moves. She shoots and it's loved away by Olivas. Wonderful opportunity by Samantha Brennan. Got a lot on that shot, just barely nicked it off the glove. Second rush of the shift for Hedges. Backhands it through the slot and into the near corner. Worked it away from Servia. And now Sharoon will collect in her own end. 11 seconds remaining in the second period. And it looks like that's just about going to do it. As Sharoon sends it deep, 2-1. And we have 40 minutes done here at Magnus Arena tonight. 3-0 after the first. There was 2 goals for the Pioneers in this period to make it 5 for them and only 1 for the Lobos. The lone goal from Kylie Phillips in this period for the Lobos. Goals from Reese Olson as well as Kyla O'Leary for the Pioneers. All right, 15 minutes before the final period. You are watching Price Productions. 5-1 Pioneers after 2. 40 minutes down, 20 minutes remaining here at Magnus Arena. The Denver Pioneers and the New Mexico Lobos. 5-1 Pioneers after 40 minutes of play. It's been Reese Olson's game. She's got 2 goals and an assist. Starting the scoring, though, 3-0 at the start of the period, and it was Kylie Phillips burying this one after a great pass to set her up from Brielle Akaji. That got the Lobos on the board, and here is Reese Olson's second. Watch her pick this corner. My goodness. Right through the ear hole onto the bar and out just as quickly as it went in. Her second goal of the game, and then she really set up this final goal as well. Look her right here. Look at that pass right across, right into the blue paint for Kyla O'Leary to bat home her first of the season. That made it 5-1. That's the score that we have right now. You're watching Price Productions. I'm Zach Goodman. Excited to watch this final 20 minutes of play as the Pioneers 1-9 on the season. They started 0-9, collected their first win of the year against Wyoming last Saturday. That was a 3-2 overtime victory. It was 2-1 the majority of the third period. They gave up a late goal to give away that lead. They were up 2-0 during the majority of that game. And then it was Charlotte Cat scoring the overtime winner to get that first win for the Pioneers. And now they are looking to have a winning streak. If they can hang on to this 4-goal lead, they've outshot the Lobos 41-14. They've been extremely dominant in this one. They've tilted the ice in their favor the majority of this game. For the Lobos, it is just their third ever ACHA game. This is a new club this year. They opened up their history at Utah, and Utah beat them handedly twice. They then played a very competitive series against a local team, the Mustangs. They won 7-2 and lost 6-4 in that series. So they've played 4 games total. This is their 5th, but games that are recognized in ACHA, this is just their 3rd. They're 0-2, and the Pioneers are looking to get their 2nd win of this schedule. And it looks like with some Pioneers still piling in, we're getting ready for this 3rd period. Pioneers in white going left to right. Lobos in that aqua blue going right to left. For the final 20 minutes, puck is dropped and we are underway. Alicia Sharoon sends it into the Lobos zone. This goes off the stick of Brianna Taylor, and she's going to muscle it out towards center ice again. Hollister couldn't come up with it. Right to Alicia Sharoon. It's sliding nice on that freshly Zamboni'd ice. Great move by Moravchik. Moravchik walking right in. She shoots, and a great defensive positioning there by Adeline Asa to block that away. Loose in front, shot, and a save from Olivas. Bush tried to float that into the center. It's intercepted by Phillips. Her angled pass off the boards was Forcer via, for Giunta, but it's covered up by Schaefer in net. Leah Schaefer has really been solid in net this year. For the Pioneers, she owns the only win. A save percentage north of 900. And has really done her job in between the pipes. She elected to just cover that one up nearly 60 seconds into this final period. That goes off the stick of Servia, and she has to ream this around her own zone. And Hinckley can't come up with it. Katz has it in her skate. She goes down to her knees and rips it around the wall. This is a centering try by Sherling, and it ends up on the stick of Katz. Now far side corner, Sherling. Up to the far side point. Chisdek works it deep. Gabby Hardy wraparound chance. Has it loose in the slot. Pekala has it bounce off her stick, and it goes through the legs of Langenwalter, who was trying to push the envelope the other way. That has been the best opportunities for the Lobos is when they've been in transition, as this puck bounces into the bench. And we'll have a stoppage. The Pioneers have been full onslaught mode on offense. They have dialed up a ton of pressure, and that's where the Lobos' best chances have come, though, is when they finally alleviated that pressure, and they've got some numbers going the other way. Oftentimes, though, they're at the end of shifts, and the legs are too tired to really develop into as big of a scoring chance they want. O'Leary's in, she shoots and scores! Back-to-back goals for Kyla O'Leary. It's 6-1 Pioneers. Kyla O'Leary assisted by guess who? Reese Olson, her 4th point of the game. The 2nd goal in a row for Kyla O'Leary. She scored at the end of the second period. Not the second O period, but you might as well call it that with O'Leary scoring twice. Her 2nd of the season as well, not just of the game. That was a great play. She exploded into the zone. Here's an opportunity, and it's deflected away. Giunta was trying to spring into the zone. Brianna Taylor's pass goes off the skates of Brennan, and deep. She has a really nice stick lift by Brennan. Nice move again to clear some space for herself, and Reese Olson, it's been her night. She comes across the Lobo line, hits the ice, and takes down a Lobo with her. O'Leary chasing after it. That was Taylor that went down with Olson. Good wheel around move there by Asa. Sends it up the boards to Luna. Luna couldn't get it out. Sharoon and her tied up along the boards. And Moravchik is just gonna send it beneath the goal line. Slow to get to it is Brianna Taylor. Moravchik is able to put some pressure on her. This puck will spin down the ice. It was up on its edge before Sharoon gathered it. Moravchik is in between a ton of Lobos as they were making a change. She was around 7 or 8 blue jerseys for a moment there. Langdon Walter banging away at it right in front of the Pioneers bench. And eventually it kicks loose to Alex Chistek. She speeds across center ice into the Lobo zone on the left wing. Centering pass and not picking that up for a while. All of us found it late and dropped her pad on a passing opportunity. Bush gives off to Bourbon. Shot save with the blocker by Olivis. Good move by Sharoon. Pulls it to her forehand. Backhands this off the side of the net on a tough angled shot. Cats all over Servia. She's going to get some help, though, from Hedges. Akaji tries to make the pass to Hedges, eventually gets it to her, and it's a 2-on-1. She moves it across to Langdon Walter, and they're offsides. Langdon Walter was holding back her right leg, trying to stay on. A 2-on-1, had that pass screaming over to her, but the opportunity is nullified by the offsides. Neutral zone draw 1 by the Lobos, but quickly taken away by Caroline Pekala. Pekala's beneath the goal line, cutting in front, backhanded, squeaks wide. Pekala retrieves her own rebound. She's got space right back to the slot, shoots, and a save. Putting her head down was Pekala. She was determined to get her 2nd goal there. Cut to the slot for a backhanded opportunity, got her own rebound in the corner, took it right back in front and ripped a good wrister on. Asa couldn't clear. Now, a clearing attempt is successful, and it sends Pekala back to her own zone. Terrific pass across to Brennan, but it goes off her stick. It was a no-look pass. Gabby Hardy rushes into the zone on the left wing, 1-on-2, circles around the net, and still has the puck on her stick. Drops it off to Pekala, who works up the boards. Pekala walking right in, centering pass, Swijek has it deflected high and wide of the net. Sherling couldn't come up with it as the Lobos look to counter. Pekala is back to take it away from Hollison. Pekala late in her shift, still has some speed. She goes right between 2 defenders. Across the blue line, Pekala's in. Goes between the legs, Pekala behind the net. Wrapping around, turning around, passing across, and Olsen couldn't get a stick on it. Caroline Pekala is everywhere right now. Great job at the line to keep it in by Brennan. As Pekkala goes and gets a deserved change. Brennan fending off the defender, strong on the puck. O'Leary one-touch pass into the slot, but Swijak wasn't there to receive it. That was a really nice look. Mansour wheeling around. She comes across the red line, now across the Lobo line. Cuts right in front. Mansour has her shot deflected, and it slowly worked its way towards the net, and it's covered by all of us. 14:06 remaining in the third period, 6-1 Pioneers. They've racked up 47 shots on all of us. She's denied 41 of them, but 6 have found the back of the net. Moravchik wins the draw. Sharoon keeps it in at the blue line. Moravchik tries to center. Bourbon eventually comes up with it, not in front of the net. No, she wheels around the backside. Bourbon shoots into all of us. So have another ozone draw for the Pioneers. They have had really nice passes to their teammates today. They've really just played a great brand of hockey all around. A long shot looking for the deflection. Moravchik couldn't get one on it. Made it an easier save for all of us. Lauren Bush on that puck. It jumps over the stick of Sharoon as she tried to cut it off on the boards. Speeding ahead, Akaji is trying to put some pressure on Mansour. She does, and it's going to result in the Lobos taking over the puck. Langenwalter dancing around some defenders. Her pass is intercepted, and here comes Hannah Bourbon the other way. 1-on-3, she darts through the neutral zone, through the slot, backhanded into the chest of all of us. Right underneath the chin, she had to tuck her chin and pressed her glove against her chest to catch it. 13:08 remaining in the third. Quickly won by the Pioneers. Pekkala back out there on the ice. Dancing at the blue line. Shot is on the ice, and it nearly went 5-hole on all of us who didn't see it coming. She just got her pad down in time. Chisdek intercepts, starts the rush the other way. Chisdek into the high slot, poked off her stick. Now it's on the stick of Sherlin, who cuts it. She shoots, and it's a pad save by Olivis. Chisdek can't keep it in at the line. Darting away the other way, Giunta is brought down to the ice, and Chisdek comes up with it again. Working around the defender, it's intercepted by Misa. Chisdek is all over the puck right now. Pioneers are getting a change, but still keeping the pressure on Sherling. As her shot deflected deep. Reese Olson fresh onto the ice. She's the first forechecker out there for the Pioneers. Good pass lead for the Lobos there. Not trying to cut it off was Luna. Didn't get there. Caroline Pekkala to the left dot. Puck still on her stick. The right-handed D just serves it up in front. But no Pioneer was there. Just a trio of Lobos to break up the play. Giunta tries to work it out of the zone. Chisdek intercepts, shoots, and it deflects and not covered up. All of us tried to put her glove on the ice, set right through the crease by Swijak. Reese Olson gathers. She's looking for Brennan, calling for the puck. Brennan somehow sneaks through. Puck still on her stick, and eventually it's taken away. Tried to go through 4 defenders. She got through the first 3, and now dumping it deep and getting off the ice in a much-needed change for Katie Giunta. Pass to Kyla O'Leary with speed, tries to give it off to Olsen. It goes right between her legs. And now Servia turns it over. O'Leary shoots, and a blocker save. Swijak circles it around. Hinckley tries to work it out. Back to her. Uses the boards to pass it to Servia. Up the boards, good one-touch pass, and into the zone comes Brianna Taylor. Taylor looking for Langenwalter. Langenwalter centers it, and it's covered up quickly by Schaefer. 54-16 in shots. 10 minutes, 46 seconds remaining in this final period of what has been in a blowout for the Pioneers. This is the first time they've been on this end of a game like this. Lauren Bush passes it towards the center. Brennan gives it up to Moravchik. Darts in, shoots, save. There is a good pace to this game at this point. The referees, after stoppages, just pick up the puck. It's a quick drop, and they're underway quickly again. Face-off won by the Pioneers. Centering pass didn't quite get to Moravchik. She collects underneath the red line. Gives it up to Brennan. Brennan on her backhand, sends it in front, deflected in front. Didn't go. Brennan rips one, and it's a glove save by Olivas. Traffic in front. Olivas able to locate the puck and glove it down. Good shot from Samantha Brennan, didn't go. Both teams get full-sail changes. Cass wins the draw for the Pioneers. Hardy back to Sharoon, who rings it around. Cats couldn't cut it off. Hardy's there, though, to intercept. Good move with their hips. Hardy darts in front, centering pass loose in front. No Pioneers were able to find it. Junta has 3 different white jerseys on her. Not able to clear the puck. Shot is wide by Shirley, giving pressure Charlotte. Cats on the puck, and it's sent the length of the ice by Brianna Taylor. A race for it, and they're going to call an icing. Sharoon just barely beat back Junta. And Katie Junta will have to skate all the way back after giving a great effort to try to prevent that icing. 9:33 remaining. Stick on the legs of Katie Junta. She is tired out there. Pekala's shot didn't get through. Been a ton of block shots today by the Lobos. They've done a nice job getting in shooting lanes. They've been under barrage all night. Ringed around the boards. Racing to it. Junta couldn't get there. Sharoon keeps it in. Gabby Hardy centering past the Cat. She's going to try and leave it for Shirley, but it's intercepted. And the Lobos are going to get a much-needed change. Pekala trying to create some offense of her own. Collects in her own zone. Goes right through the neutral zone. On the left wing, excuse me. Puck deflected up into the window. Sharoon able to seal off the wall. Pekala at the point. Sends it into the corner for retrieval play for Cats. Good job by Taylor to cut it off. And Pekala is able to keep it in. Finds the stick of Reese Olsen. Olsen tried to go around Hollison. Pekala will. Dancing in front. Backhanded, shouldered away. And it stays in play. All of us tried to cover. Sharoon rips a shot into the feet of Akaji. Swijek on the retrieval in the corner. Able to shave a defender. Pass up high, finds Pekala. Pekala underneath the goal line now. O'Leary can't find it. Pekala on her stick again. Gives off to O'Leary. O'Leary circles around right into the stakes of Hollison, and then this puck will get out of the zone. Sharoon sends it deep. She'll go get a change. Losing her goal stick is Olivas, and she's timid to go get it. Trying to get it to her is Akaji. So right now, the goaltender without a stick. Here's a shot. Didn't get through. O'Leary was walking right down Broadway, but that puck was bouncing on her. Mansour muscles her way deep and just tried to put it out in front. This doesn't get loose. Gisdek fires in, patted away. Gisdek denied that puck from getting out of the zone and just sent it right back on net. She has shown off her shot quite a few times tonight. This should be another icing, and it will be. 7:11 remaining in the game. As I believe a timeout might have just been called. I think that is the case. A timeout called by the Lobos, and they already don't have as many options in terms of skaters as the Pioneers do. But it's been some long shifts, a few icings here in the last few minutes, in a game where they have been fighting in their own zone the majority of it. The best chances for the Lobos have all come on the rush, while the Pioneers have sustained a ton of offensive pressure the entire game. In the first period, 3 goals for the Pioneers, none for the Lobos. It went Pekala opening the scoring, then Lily Moravchik scored the second goal of the game. Reese Olsett scored her first goal of the season to make it 3-0. Then it was Kylie Phillips getting the Lobos on the board early in the second period before Reese Olsen cashed in her second of the game, second of the season. She had the primary assist on Kyla O'Leary, her goal at the end of the second period, and she also assisted on O'Leary's goal to start the third period. Those are all 7 goals in this game. So after the timeout, we'll see Lily Moravchik meet Tori Hedges in the face-off circle. And the draw is won by the Lobos as they escape the D zone. Good pass, finds the stick of Langenwalter. She'll give it away, Mansour passes it up. Moravchik is flying, calling for the puck. It goes off the stick of Bush on the entry pass and turned over. That's deflected in. Hannah Bourbon was aggressive on the forecheck there, almost created an opportunity. This should be given off for Bourbon. No, Bush couldn't corral it initially. She wanted to give to Bourbon, who would have had a one-on-one with speed. Here's a stretch pass, batted down out of the air. Really nice play there by Tori Hedges. Centering pass, deflected on net. Redirected, rebound still loose. It works just past the far post. Couple of grade A opportunities right in front of the net for the Lobos. Now countering the other way, Hannah Bourbon circles around the net, throws on the brakes, throws it right off the back of the net. Kind of lost track of where she was on the ice there momentarily. As Lauren Bush comes up with it, Gabby Mansour sends it across, give and go. Tries to get it to Katz off her stick. Chisdeck corrals it, brings it in herself, right into the high slot, rips a wrist shot wide right of the net. Taylor in a stick battle. Moravchik comes away with it, 2-on-1, a shot and a save. Getting some taps on the back is Sarah Olives, who's been under siege tonight. That was shot number 60 of the game that has reached the net for the Pioneers. Pekala, D-to-D, finds Brennan. Brennan to Pekala again, walking in from the point, shot across the ice, deflects off a skate into the far corner. Brennan, strong on the puck, low to high, bounces it over the stick of Gabby Hardy. And the Lobos will get a change as the Pioneers chase it down. Closing in on the final 5 minutes of this game, 6-1. Pioneers, they look for their first victory at Magnus Arena this season. As that pass is off a Pioneer stick and deep. Fresh off the bench, Anna Sherling putting on some pressure. Turned over, Swijek was walking into the slot, but couldn't come up with the puck. Pushed up by Kylie Phillips. Phillips flying in. Phillips passes across, and it's kicked away. Now in front again, a Kajabi, and she couldn't get a stick to a great stick lift by Pekala to take away that chance from Akaji. Pekala. What a pass in for Reese Olsen. Olsen underneath the goal line, gives it around to her captain Swijek. Swijek goes between the legs in front. Reese Olsen redirects it on net, looking for the hat trick, but is denied by Olivas. This Pioneer squad has been flying around the ice all game long. Looking for their second win of their season, the second win in a row for them. Flying into the zone, that's Tori Hedges. Backhanded try is caught with the glove by Leah Schaefer. She's looking for her second win of the season as well. 4 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in this one. Shot 61-19 in favor of the Pios. Moravchik in the face-off circle there with Kylie Phillips. And eventually the Pioneers work it the other way. Moravchik flying into the zone through the high slot. Backhanded try by Bourbon. She was alone on the doorstep. Couldn't get it to go. Really nice save there by Olivas. Centering pass. Good job by Olivas to get a stick on it to her teammate. Pass right through. Goes over the stick of Giunta. She's the first to it. No look pass in front. Now a saucer pass that doesn't get there either. Moravchik did a nice job getting back on D to cut away that chance in the slot. Now she's trying to turn defense into offense. She is flying up the ice, just poking it forward, winning every puck battle seemingly, before eventually Asa is able to get to it and send it up the ice, but it's deflected and turned over right back into the zone. A shot and a save by Olivas. Hollister tried to counter. Again, that's one of those looks where it seems like the Lobos could get numbers that just didn't develop. Lauren Bush shoots, free in front, and it's knocked home! Charlotte Katz is gonna get that one. We'll see if she goes to the front of the line. It looked like she was the one who eventually got it to go home. Lauren Bush took the initial shot. Nobody's going to the bench for handshakes as it makes it 7-1. But I believe that goal will belong to Charlotte Katz. And for her, it's her second of the season. Her only other goal was that overtime winner last week against Wyoming. So it is 7-1, the second goal of the period now for the Pioneers on their 65th shot of the game. Pekala creating some space for herself. Sherling's pass knocked off a stick and back into the Pioneer zone. Chisdek with speed, nudged off the puck in the neutral zone. Chisdek comes up with it again, sends it deep. Asa is there. Eventually finds the stick of Brianna Taylor. She dodges a defender, sends it on net. A bouncing puck goes off the pads and away. Chisdek gathers, and she is flying down the ice. Here comes Chisdek, works around, shot is high. What a move, a highlight reel, just missed. Raining around the boards is the pass from Langenwalter. Kicked forward, now to the reach of Chisdek. Boy, was she flying. Under 2 minutes remaining in this one now. Pekala. She went coast to coast for a goal earlier in this game. I think that's what she's looking at right now. She cuts into the high slot. Puck still on her stick. She'll go beneath the goal line now. And she is muscled off the puck. A really nice defensive play there by Brianna Taylor. As we come under 90 seconds left to play, Samantha Brennan has it on her stick in her own zone. Olsen tries to leave it for Brennan with some speed. Got tied up in her skates momentarily. She's trying to muscle her way right through the teeth of the defense. It doesn't work out for her. Luna has that puck stripped from her for Reese Olsen. Kylo O'Leary putting on some pressure. That pass rather eludes everybody. It's going to be on net, so it won't be an icing. Under 60 seconds to play now here in the third period. 7-1. Pioneers, looks like they're going to increase their winning streak to 2 games. Their second win of the season. So well deserved for this group. This has by far been their best performance of the year. Not just based on the score, just the way they have skated. They have been flying all around the ice just like this. Kylo O'Leary across the blue line. She's got numbers. Drop pass to Reese Olsen, who is looking for the hat trick. It's poked away for her. 20 seconds remaining. O'Leary sends it back to Sharoon, who Darts forward into the zone. Sharoon's going to take a shot, and it's saved and held. And with 10 seconds left, and they're going to count it down to 8 seconds, actually. We'll have a O-zone draw as Sharoon sent it towards net, the 66th shot of the game. You can imagine they're trying to somehow get Reese Olson a chance to get this on net for her hat trick, or maybe Kyla O'Leary. They're both looking for it, but neither of them are going to have that opportunity. A win for the Pioneers at Magnus Arena for the first time this season. They improved to 2-9 with their second consecutive victory, a 7-1 final. Kyla O'Leary as well as Reese Olson leading the way with 2 goals apiece. Reese Olson a 4-point night, an offensive barrage that saw 66 shots for the Pioneers go on net, where Sarah Olivas was under siege. So again, 2-9 now for the Pioneers, 0-3 in ACHA play, 1-4 in total play for the New Mexico Lobos. We are going to have some of these highlights for you throughout the game before we get on out of here, as we're going to check out some of the goals here. Not just some of them, all the goals from the third period. Here's Kyla O'Leary making a great move right into the slot. That's a great shot. Right underneath the blocker, found Twine. Her second goal in a row. She scored at the end of the second period. That goal was at the start of the third. And here's the final goal of the game. Walking right in, a shot is gloved down, and then charging in, Charlotte Katz is able to nudge it home after the initial Lauren Bush shot. Katz has now scored in back-to-back games as well. Carolyn Pekala started the scoring. Lily Moravchik scored as well in this one, both of them scoring their second goals of the season. The lone goal for the Lobos came in the second period. It was Kylie Phillips who scored that goal and was able to tally one for the Lobos. Again, the final score 7-1. These two teams will face off again same time tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. at Joy Burns Arena, unless it gets moved again like tonight here to Magnus Arena. As we are saying goodbye here on Price Productions for Isaiah Cordova, Douglas Sheffield. I am Zach Goodman. Again, the final 7-1, Pioneers.